Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is Dave, and this is MMA for you. We're going to be doing our predictions for UFC 141, which is going to happen on a Friday, December 30th, on pay-per-view, and it's going to be the final UFC of 2011. Yeah, looks like a pretty good card. What do you think, man?
My boys here are happy, but Lesnar, man, it's gonna be a good fight.
It'll be a good fight, man. Really good card. They're gonna have a Spike prelims on here. I think it's gonna be the last of the Spike prelims. Might be the last of the Facebook prelims. If any one of you viewers wanna, who watches the Facebook prelims, want to be want to be one of my Facebook friends or anything, send me a personal message. One thing I like to do is when I watch the Facebook fights, I like just chatting it up as I'm watching these prelims. So feel free to do that. Don't put it in the comments. Just leave a personal message if you want to do that.
Awesome. I'll be like, Chris, watch that takedown, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was, like watching like Ben Henderson versus like Clay Guida. It's like, oh my God, that guy, Ben Henderson defended a takedown doing the splits, and it's like, oh cool, I could actually tell someone that,
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool. Otherwise, this fight, really good card, man. I gotta be honest, there's a couple striker versus grappler fights in here. I'm actually being a bit riskier in my personal predictions here. A lot of times I'm going with the striker when at times the grappler definitely has that way to victory.
And today, my boy, you going down. Down.
And feeling, as far as this card goes, there are a lot of striker versus grappler matchups. There's a lot of mirror matchups also where you have a lot of wrestler versus wrestler. Two of the, two fights are like wrestler versus wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
The co-main event, Cerrone versus Diaz. Kickboxers. Actually Diaz is more of a boxer, but who are tall, lanky, with strong Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's gonna be a pretty fun card. So let's just get right to it, man. Let's start with the main event here.
Awesome.
Okay. The Demolition Man, the Reem, Overeem, Alistair Overeem is going to make his UFC debut against Brock Lesnar.
He is fighting the wrong person. How is this Wolfer there to fight my boy, Brock Lesnar, man? Do you know how strong that guy is? Do you know how powerful that guy is?
You know how strong my guy is. You know how powerful my... Dude, Overeem, if your guy's really muscular, he's huge. Sure, so is Alistair, man. This guy is a massive man. They're both two guys that look superhuman, man.
Oh, fine. The Hulk versus the Wolverine. Let's see who's gonna win.
It's more like Hulk versus Thing, but
Okay.
that's besides the point here.
But I think Brock Lesnar, same old technique, just use the wrestler style, go over there. Ground and pound, take down, stay still, ground and pound. That's just gonna be a whole entire, matchup, three round match. Plus my guy,
it's 5 rounds.
Okay, it doesn't matter. My guy has a good cardio, he's in good shape.
Yeah, I do worry about Overeem's cardio. You saw it in the Verdum fight, but I'm actually picking also Overeem here. I think Lesnar has a couple things going against him. Obviously, he hasn't fought since he fought Cain Velasquez and lost back in October 23rd,
Whoa.
2010.
Cain Velasquez, he is too good. He's too good. I mean, that's different,
But I'm saying he has a lot of ring rust here. He's coming off surgery here, and
he was coaching.
Yeah, but he needed surgery right after. And then he doesn't take a hit very well, as shown with the Velasquez fight. I mean, Velasquez made him do some breakdancing moves in the middle of the octagon.
Well, the opponent is just very strong. I mean, who can be nobody can beat him anyway.
Well, Junior Dos Santos just did, but that's besides the point too. Alistair Overeem, K1 champion. Doesn't matter about like the avenue that he got there and whatnot. Fact is, he's fighting with the best K1 fighters in the world. You know, and just doing that alone should say a lot about his striking technique at the very least. Well, he throws a lot of power punches. He has the uber knees. He has some really good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. His guillotine's really strong. He showed a really good ability to get back to his feet against Verdun when taken down. His takedown defense isn't that bad either.
Okay, moving forward.
Moving forward. Okay. We have Cowboy Donald Cerrone versus Nate Diaz.
Well, I think Donald gonna be your Diaz.
He's not my Diaz, dude. I'm a big Cerrone fan.
Wow, you pick a same guy side pick.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Well, one thing is, both these guys, this is what I want to call like a mirror fight. You have two guys that, you know, like to really stand, really like to push forward, and have strong stand-up. I think Cerrone has shown, especially as of late, a little more power. Nate's actually showing some good power. He showed it in the Gomi fight. But Cerrone, I mean, this guy just, you know, pretty much wrecked, you know, his last opponent, the German guy, Dennis Seaver. He has really strong leg kicks and very strong Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, similar to Nate Diaz, who has really strong boxing, similar to his brother Nick's, and then very strong Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
But you're saying the kicks gonna help the strong, BJJ cancel each other out. So Donald will win here because you know, the kick, because overall he just pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, it's not like Nate doesn't have the avenue to win here. It just and you know, both these guys have really strong chins. I think that Cerrone has a little more of a diverse skill set at this point.
Okay.
You know, because I mean, he dropped Charles Oliveira with a body punch. He head kicked Dennis Seaver. He was leg kicking Wagner Roca. You know, I mean, the guy has a lot of diversity in his stand up, more so than I feel that Nate does. That's the thing.
Good, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Very detailed.
Nice. So, next fight after that, we have John Fitch versus Johny Hendricks.
So you agree with John Fitch gonna win, right?
You know what, man? Honestly, I'm being daring for this card. I'm being very daring for this card. It's a wrestler versus wrestler matchup here. A mirror fight once again. Going with Johny Hendricks. I feel like Hendricks is, in a sense, a young John Fitch. In a sense. You know, I think Hendricks might have more power, and he's shown more power in the stand-up.
Okay, fine, but you know, John Fitch, man, the guy has a strong wrestling. He's well-rounded. He's decent. It's good.
Yeah, he's a consensus. He's in some top 10 pound for pound list. He hasn't lost except against GSP at welterweight.
So what does little Johnny have?
Well, the problem with little Johnny is he's an NCAA Division I wrestling standout, if I'm not mistaken. You know, it's not like he can't defend a takedown. You watch the Mike Pierce fight, you know, he's defending takedowns there. And, you know, John Fitch has good takedown ability, but Johny Hendricks also has good offensive and defensive takedown ability himself.
So this is interesting. Wrestler first wrestler.
Yeah, for sure. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu wise, John Fitch probably has better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if he chooses to use it.
That's depend on him.
Yeah, exactly. One thing with wrestlers too, they don't like being on their back, but at the same time they're good at. Some of them are really good at scrambling back to their feet as well. Does kind of worry me that like Rick Story was able to take down Johny Hendricks. John Fitch might be able to do the same, actually.
Well, it's
That's
gonna be
the
interesting to see. I just think with John Finch, my guy, he's so well rounded and his wrestling is pretty good. He's gonna be the little Johnny.
Could happen. Honestly, I'm being very daring
Mm-hmm.
with that matchup. Fitch is Fitch. He
Yeah.
Fitches his opponents.
Absolutely.
He pushes them against the cage. He'll work. He'll grind against the cage, force a takedown. Grind on the ground. That's Fitch.
That's what probably we're gonna see.
Now, and there's a very good chance we'll be able to see that. But the thing is, I'm only saying this because of the stylistic difference and the wrestling pedigree of Hendricks. I know Mike Pierce succumbed to a Fitching. Hendricks, I feel, and he actually beat Mike Pierce, is a bit stronger. Honestly, I think a bit of a better wrestler than Mike Pierce. I'll go with Johnny Hendricks for the upset win here.
Okay. So what's next?
Okay, striker versus grappler matchup as
Ooh.
Alexander Gustafsson is fighting the janitor Vladimir Matyushenko.
Dude, Matyushenko, man, all the way.
I'm getting really daring here. Actually.
Are you in a pill or something?
You know what, man? I'd like Alexander Gustafsson as an up and comer. This is the gatekeeper fight. This is the guy he's got to beat to show that he can fight top 10 of the division.
Matyushenko, he is top 10.
No, he's not really top 10.
He will be top 10.
Oh, he's the gatekeeper to the top 10.
Well, I think he's good. He's such. He showed me such. He's just well rounded. I think he's being improved a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, he did. Yeah, he did knock out Jason Brills in like the first minute of the fight. Obviously, his stand-up is improving. He's actually finishing guys more these days.
Yeah, then wrestling is not bad.
Yeah, no, he can make some pretty ugly fights. If he wants to clinch and just push you against a cage or just, get on top of you and just make the fight ugly. He can make the fight ugly.
I know he's a gatekeeper, but I just think he has been improved. He's stand out a lot. His style is pretty good. He make fight interesting and ugly. I think this is the time for him to shine.
It very well could be, honestly. Once again, one thing I like about Gustafsson, if you saw like this Phil Davis fight, for example, his takedown defense is improving. He's training with Alliance with Phil Davis, actually, and the guys at Alliance to work on, like his wrestling and other things. So his takedown defense is really good. He's very tall for his weight class. Doesn't always fight tall. You saw in that Matt Hamill fight. Matt Hamill was able to land a couple jabs in there, despite the height difference. But Gustafsson does have a strong stand-up and an improving ground game. I think that he'll be able to,
Stop the takedown.
Stuff the takedown.
Ooh.
And beat him up on the feet. Man, that's what I'm betting on.
Well, I like my guy. I want to see him step out that stupid gatekeeper role. I want to keep him on top 10, so go for it.
Okay, then. Well, next fight after that. I read this on MMA Weekly, so I'm not 100% sure if this fight's going to be on the main card. But it's going to be Jim Hettes versus Nam Phan.
Yeah, my boy, Asian brother, never get love.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of daring here, actually, because I usually pick Nam Phan in a lot of these fights.
Nam Phan is your brother. You pick Nam Phan, no matter what.
A lot of people say I look like Nam Phan, actually.
Yeah, why are you not picking him?
So, you know what, man?
If you don't pick him, he will never accept you to his training camp.
Really? Why not, man? He won't know. You know what, man? Jim Hettes, he did last fought Alex Caceres. He's undefeated. His grappling skills are very strong. All 9 of his wins are by submission. He is a finisher. even Nam Phan actually has very strong Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu himself.
Mm-hmm.
His takedown defense isn't that great though.
But it's not that bad though. It's not horrible.
I guess not. But the thing with the thing is, even if Hades can't get the submission, he could potentially win this by just top control as well.
I can see that. I mean, again, never extra brother never got love. So, it's pretty much I can see that, Gene stay on top, whack, 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 and they get decision and win. But this regard, I don't care. Nemfen, he's good guy, he's good boy, man. I think he's staying out solid. I think his body punch is devastating.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what he can do here. I mean, I just think he got good pressure. If he, can do this, that's possible knockout. Possible.
Possible, yeah, no. His body punches are very deadly, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, on to the Spike prelims here. Okay, we got Junior Sunshine versus Ross, the real deal, Pearson.
Gotta choose a real deal.
Real deal all the way here, man. I was not that impressed with Junior Sunshine's last fight against Eddie Yagan. He's a tall guy for the weight class. His stand-up wasn't very impressive.
Agreed.
His ground game's really good, but that's about it. One thing with Ross Pearson, this is a guy that's getting to featherweight. That was actually a very solid lightweight. I mean, this guy, arguably, not in my scorecard, but in a lot of others. And it's not a robbery or anything, but Pearson, he last fought a very good striker in Edson Barboza. A lot of people thought he won that fight.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I like about Pearson is his stand-up. I like his stand-up defensively. Mm-hmm. Not just offensively, but defensively, he's really strong there. And he keeps pushing forward a lot.
I agree with you. How many, good fighters you see, they have a good, solid offensive and defensive. I think that's really needed when you're good fighters.
Yeah. If Pearson looks good at 145, honestly, I can definitely see him make some waves in the division. He's a very solid fighter, actually. Even at 155, he was a very solid fighter. At 145, he can actually be a force. He really can be.
Good call.
Okay. Well, next fight after that, another striker versus grappler matchup as Ranzi Nejem is going to fight Anthony Njokumani.
Man, Limjia gonna win.
You know what, man? I'm gonna get really daring here.
Did somebody dare you to do this or what? I know I did not.
You know what, man? I like Njokumani a lot. I think his stand-up is far superior to Nejem's.
But you know Ninja or my ninja guy is good wrestler, right? He's very strong wrestler.
I know that. I know Njokumani has lost to the likes of Shane Roller, who wrestled him and took his back and choked him out. I do feel that Njokumani is working on his grappling, though. I mean, you can kind of see it in some of his fights. He does actually go for offensive takedowns.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's working. I'm counting on one superior stand-up and his length. I mean, the guy's just a lengthy dude.
I understand that. I just saying the fact that this is a good wrestler, and that he has wild striking and he has good top control. I mean, all I'm saying is when you face a wrestler that has a good top control, this can be it.
It definitely can be. It definitely can be. But I think the other thing that hurts with Nejem is he's still relatively green in the game of MMA. If he were a bit more seasoned, I'd definitely go with Nejem. But I'm banking on that as well. That the fact that he's still a bit green. That I'm just gonna go with Anthony Njokumani here. I think the striking. He does have huge power, knockout power. uses knees, elbows, fists, feet. You know, his ground game, yeah, it's not there. His takedown defense, you know, he has been taken down, but I think he is working on it.
On this one, I just gotta say, you know, my guy will take your guy down, maintain top control, show you what's a good BJJ can do, and win the fight.
And honestly, that can very realistically happen.
We will see. We will see.
Okay, on to the Facebook prelims.
Awesome.
We got Stun Gun Dong Hyun Kim versus Sean Pearson.
Career prime, man. Stun gun all the way.
Yeah, Stun Gun all the way here, man. I mean, this is stylistically, he should be able to just take the fight to the ground. He'll use his judo to clinch, get a takedown for clinch. He's good at getting single legs as well. He'll grab a single and go for a trip takedown from there.
This can just be one side is so bad.
Yeah, honestly, Pearson's really isn't that impressive. He beat Matt Riddle, who honestly, is pretty green. Stun Gun, I mean, this is a guy that should be able to take down Pearson and can get top control. Probably get some dominant positions and maybe pull in some ground and pound.
Maybe, and Stun Gun's top control is just.
It's glue. I mean, the guy is glue when he's on top.
It's like get off me.
Yeah, he's also just really big for the weight class as well.
Well, next.
Okay, next fight after that we have wrestler versus wrestler as TJ Grant is going to fight Jacob Volkan.
It's a close call, but TJ Grant will win.
TJ Grant, huh? Man, this one's tough, man. It can go either way. It can go either way.
I agree with you.
One thing about Volkman is that I think he might be a stronger wrestler as far as pedigree goes. But of course, TJ Grant just beat Shane Roller. So that kind of makes me worried for Volkman. The thing with Volkman, though, is his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is very strong as well. That's the thing. He's quietly getting a win streak. It can go either way. I really like TJ Grant. He's had some fun fights as a welterweight.
Yeah, I agree with what you say, But you know why? I think one thing that TJ Grant going to bring and it's going to make a difference is good scrambling.
Oh, yeah, his scrambling ability is really good.
The guy who can get out on his feet, good scramble and getting back on his feet is very important. And I think that can make a difference in here.
It really can. The thing with TJ Grant, though, I think also he's going to have the better stand-up. Jacob Volkman has some really sloppy stand-up. He has very awkward footwork. It's just bad. He crosses his feet a lot of times. It's
waiting for being tripped.
It's not very good. But the thing is, if you saw Volkman fight Castillo, who's another wrestler, it's like he'll go to his wrestling, and he's fought other wrestlers before, like Antonio McKee, and took guys like that down as well.
Well, disregard anything. I just think I like TJ Grant, and I going for him, and I think his stand just going to just way better than your Momo Jumbo guy.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Next fight after that we have Luis Ramos versus Matt Riddle.
I think we both agree this one, right?
Yeah. Matt, no, just kidding.
What?
I'll go with Luis Ramos here.
I almost gonna take the computer and toss in the window, man. What are you talking about? Have to be my boy Luis, right?
Yeah. One thing that about Matt Riddle, though, he is really big for a weight class, and when he uses his wrestling, he can be really good. He does have a lot of power. And against Sean Pearson, his stand-up looked like cardio kickboxing Taibo. I mean, it was just funny looking. I mean, the guy was seriously throwing cardio kickboxing punches.
Awesome, you're in the wrong class, my friend.
One thing about that I do like about Luis Ramos, even though he lost really quickly to Eric Silva, but Eric Silva's like
He's good.
yeah, that guy's a prospect that could be a top 10 guy in the future. But with Ramos, he does train with Nobu now. The same camp as like Jose Aldo, you know.
Exactly.
And I believe Diego Nunez trains there as well, who's also fighting.
How do you like his record?
Both their records aren't that great. I mean, Riddle has a 5-3 record, whereas Luis Ramos has a
19-7.
19-7. So he's gonna have a lot more fight experience as well.
Okay.
A lot more fight experience. It's
more.
like 3 times more. A little more than 3 times more fights than Riddle has. So yeah, I'll go with Luis Ramos to win this one. We'll see. Matt Riddle, though, he's still young, so he does have the potential to surprise me. You know what I mean?
I agree, but I think Luis is gonna win this fight. I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, we have Manny Gambaryan versus Diego Nunez.
Tough choice, Manny.
You know what? Manny's a good fighter, but I just think that Diego Nunez is a better fighter.
But Manny have a good judo. I mean.
Yeah, he does. And Diego Nunez, he has a pretty strong takedown defense. Yeah, he had a really good fight with Kenny Florian too. He managed to get a round from him. Even you know, he didn't knock him down, but he brought him to a knee. I think he may have knocked him down. I'm not too sure. I know he brought him to a knee, though. He's pretty well rounded too. You know, Diego Nunez. He'll throw a lot of spinning strikes. His striking's pretty good. He's just a pretty generally well-rounded fighter, you know.
I agree with you. I mean, no doubt. But you know why I like my Manny? Because the judo is good. Okay, he got lots of power. You know me. I like people that got lots of power. You know. I know I might not make a decision rationally on that, but hey, power is good. You know, the best thing is he's really decent. He's staying out. I think that's important.
Yeah, but I think Nunez probably has a better stand-up here, actually.
I got lots of power. If I can't say anything.
Oh, we'll see how that goes, man. We'll see how that goes. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for our predictions for UFC 141. If you have any comments, just leave them below.
Yep. And if you want to chat with this guy in the Facebook prelim, let him know.
Yeah, cool, man. And that's it for MMA for you. Thank you very much.